Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa. Hello Ndudu natives, thank you again for tuning in for another exciting episode. And today I'm taking it to the northern part of Ghana and I'm making the most popular drink called ZomKom. Hopefully I've mentioned or pronounced the name correctly, but if not, you can correct me by leaving your comments below. Naturally, I'd leave the list of ingredients and measurements, including the transcript of this recipe, on my blog, fafagilbert.com. And if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Let's start. So we're going to start off with our millet, which is exactly what we require for this recipe. Now, millet is alkaline, which means that it's easy for one to digest and it will hydrate your colon. It's gluten-free. It helps lower and maintain a good cholesterol level due to the presence of vitamin B3. And it's a good source of protein, just to mention but a few. So a great addition to most vegetarian dishes, may I say. There are different types of millet, the finger millet, and I think I did a recipe where I used the red finger millet for porridge, and that's incredible. So I'll leave a link in the description box so you can try it. There's also a similar drink called fura, yes, which is made out of the millet with spices, which is quite similar to this recipe that I'm going to be talking about. And it's also used for the ever so popular Hausa koko. All of these recipes, I'll leave links in the description box so you can familiarize yourself with it. So for this recipe, I'm using my millet flour. Now that will be available soon on Buy in Ndudu. And what I'm going to do is dry roast it. Yes, the reason is when you use the flour, it has this slight aftertaste of a chalky taste, and I want to get rid of that. So that's why I'm doing this. To that I've added some cloves, and then I'm also adding some chilies. Yes, because these spices do make a big difference. So it's a spicy drink as well. So I'm just going to dry roast this, and the oils from the cloves and also the chili would permeate right through to the flour as well. Exactly. This is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. These are like lockdown ideas. Yes. So after about 10 minutes of slow roasting this, or dry roasting, may I say, in the frying pan, as you can tell, I have achieved that color that I do require because it's beautiful. So I'm going to turn the heat off, and now I'm just going to tackle the ginger. So of course I've got my ginger from Ghana and I have it frozen. So I washed it and I still have the skin intact. So I've washed it and I'm just using my grater to grate it because that's easy. And now I'm adding my, dry fried millet powder to this. I'm going to add some water and then mix everything together until it's well combined. This is quite an easy recipe to follow. And you know where the fermentation happens in the traditional recipe where the millet is fermented for 3 days. I'm going to show you a quicker way of doing that. So if you haven't watched my previous video where I showed you how to make your cottage cheese, then you need to, because I'll be using the Whey for this recipe. So I've added the water and I'm mixing everything together until it's well combined. At this point, I'm going to transfer this into my blender and I'm going to blend this until I get that silky smooth consistency. So after blending, I'm using my strainer to strain the juice. Now, bear in mind, I did use the millet flour, so I do not require my cheesecloth, but you can use your cheesecloth as well to strain this so that, you have that beautiful smooth consistency, but this works equally well. So yes, I'm just going to extract all the juice out of the chaff, as you can tell. And yes, there's quite an amount or a little bit of chaff there, thanks to the chili and as well as the ginger. So here we have this beauty. Look at that. So the normal one would look more grayish, but of course, because I roasted this, that's why it's got that brownish tone to it. And then the almighty Ghanaian organic honey. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. It has this dark muscovado flavor and has this nutty flavor. It's absolutely delicious. Now, instead of sugar, I'm using honey for this, and I'm just gonna mix everything together until it's well combined. If you have watched the video to this point, thank you ever so much. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and also activate your notifications to also you do not miss any future videos. So to a jug, I'm adding my ice cubes. Yes, because you have to serve this chilled, and it's incredible because it's spicy and it's sweet and it's just got that slight nutty flavor coming through. It's also delicious. So as I mentioned prior, you need to watch the cottage cheese recipe because, of course, when I separated the curd from the whey, which is the liquid left when I added my lime and lemongrass infusion to it. Yes, I allowed that to ferment for 3 days. So that's where the fermentation's coming through. And then I placed that in the fridge. So it's the whey that I'm going to be adding to my drink. So that gives you that instant fermentation. Absolutely. So I've just added a little bit to it. And then I'm going to add the rest of the juice. And voila, this is our pièce de résistance. Exactly. This is so easy to make. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So you mix all of this together and you're good to go. Exactly. Have I given you that reason to click the subscribe button? Notification gag. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And to my loyal subscribers, you are definitely appreciated. So you can serve this in your calabash, scoop it bit in your little corner, enjoy it. And you know what? You can actually have a bite of an akara. And talking about akara, yesterday I uploaded this Abuboy akara, which is incredible. And guess what? I enjoyed it with this. It was like, yeah, you might think, what? Yeah, try it. You might just fall in love with it. Now, I prefer to omit any milk from my recipe, but you can add some evaporated milk to it or some yogurt to it. It equally works perfectly, but I just like this drink just on its own. As I mentioned, I'll leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, fafagilbert.com, so do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa, so pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next video, please protect yourself, take very good care of yourselves. And guess what? Me, I love you for you. Thank you very much for watching.